This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutter and welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. And on this day, June the 23rd, in 1972, Title IX was brought up for the first time as Richard Nixon was cited into law. Title IX, basically, as you can see in the photo, was a way of having college athletics stop being discriminatory because basically many colleges have their athletic programs for male athletes, but for female athletes, forget it. You're not going to get anywhere, which was kind of stupid, don't you think? But anyway, Title IX came into the picture. So basically, as you see in the photo, well, there are 9 things. One is Title IX is a civil right, that prohibits sex discrimination in education. So it wasn't just sports, it was just basically more so for education as well, because, male and female people, students in universities would be treated differently. Number 2, Title IX applies to all students regardless of gender identity. Now, of course, this doesn't, when they did it in 1972-73, basically they didn't figure about the LGBTQ2 plus community and all that. 3, schools may not retaliate against someone filing a complaint. It must keep complainants safe from other retaliatory harassment. So basically, it means that schools cannot punish those whistleblowers and all that, and would have to keep them in a safe spot so that people don't retaliate against them. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't always work that way. It has had some issues. Number 4 is schools should ensure that no student has to share campus spaces with their abuser. So basically, yeah, I know this is not really sports related, but basically there is a sports aspect to it. Number 5, schools can issue no contract directives to prevent accused students from approaching or interacting with you. Basically saying that, you can't go anywhere near the person who put the complaint on you unless you can go to prison and all that. Number 6, the schools must be proactive in ensuring that your campus is free from sex discrimination. Straightforward. Number 7, schools cannot discourage you from continuing your education. And that happened a lot. Number 8 is all schools receiving federal funding are subject to Title IX. Basically, if you have federal funding, you have to deal with Title IX or else you could get trouble and lose your funding. And 9, schools must have an established procedure for handling complaints of sexual discrimination, harassment, and violence. So that basically means all this stuff. Now, there have been cases that Title IX has not been produced and all that, and basically schools ignore it. But basically, Title IX was huge for women, for young girls getting into college to play sports like softball, basketball, gymnastics, swimming, and all that. And basically, the universities would not make it easy on those students, basically saying that you don't have equal rights like we do. Like the male athletes basically run the school, if you will. But basically, when Nixon put this into law, he basically was saying to everyone that, you're going to have to deal with this. And you're going to have to learn to like it, if you will. So basically, Nixon signed that to be put into the House of Representatives and all that. So basically, 1973 was when it came back. Ironically, the same day as this law was passed into things, they announced that the first female umpire, Beatrice Gera, Gera, would be like umpiring A-level baseball and all that. She faced a lot of harassment, and basically by 1980 she was out of the game. This was one of the nicest things Nixon did. And then soon enough, Nixon basically got entangled into Watergate and basically forced him to resign as president and all that. So yeah, Nixon did something good, in a sense. But unfortunately, Title IX was not completely enforced. There were some loopholes and all that. But, the NCAA basically stands firm with dealing with Title IX. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.